What's going on, everybody? It's Lupe. So this is something that I just learned, and it sucks. I'm pretty sure, at least I hope, it's not clickbait. But as some people may know, because I learned this a few hours ago, and I was walking my dog, and I think it's something I should speak on because it was something that I was thinking of doing myself. Where the B is for Build YouTube channel, he got in trouble with the Eleanor licensing company for making an Eleanor. In my opinion, that car is way overplayed, but long story short, he had a 2015 Mustang that he wanted to convert to an Eleanor. Now, he has it on his channel. You can go over there and watch it, and what he says is that the licensing company from Eleanor, which is owned from the family that owns the Eleanor name and a licensing company, they actually only allow a shop in Oklahoma to produce those cars under the Eleanor name. So with this guy producing or making an Eleanor project, they said, nope, it's ours. And that name, it's actually owned by Disney. And that sucks. So, there's a whole bunch of legal stuff going on with that, but it just makes me wonder because, Ford owns a name for the Ford Lightning. Now, one thing I wanted to do on a truck that I was going to work on is call it a retro Lightning project. Hello. Who's not to say that, a lawyer somewhere that, yes, it's probably co-owned by Ford or something, but who's not to say that there's a lawyer out somewhere that this stupid jerk off over here owns a name to it and he just wants to claim your shit because he just feels like it because he can. But that sucks. There's so many of these things out there. I wonder if almost Eleanor as a company did it to make a statement because this guy is catching a lot of traction on his channel, and it's a slip up. It was a slip up, and I hope that nothing really other than them seizing the car is the worst that's going to come out of it. Hopefully they can get the car back because it's not like they were branding it or selling it as their own Eleanor per se, but there's so many out there and there's so many replicas of it. I guess the one thing that I learned from just briefly looking at it, and I'm looking at it more and more, is that you really have to watch out. I know YouTube is really crazy and you gotta watch out for the copyright stuff with music and everything, and that's why I have a few friends that I always try and bounce stuff off of. And YouTube even offers audio files that are copyright free. You can just use them, and I've used them. But I guess this is just the world that we live in, where we really got to watch what you're doing and what you're saying, because you could literally get sued by anyone at any given second, which freaking sucks, being that the more information that's out there and the more information spreads, the more you realize it's gonna get to the point where you can't control it. If the internet was what it is now 10-15 years ago, hundreds of shops would have gotten hit with this Eleanor stuff because everybody was making them. Everyone makes a freaking Shelby Cobra kit car. Everyone does a 67. Everyone does a Bullet. Now, and like I said, it opens you up to a lot, because if you do have an older 69 Camaro and you do want to call it a Copo, you're probably going to run into a licensing issue. Who's not to say that you're not going to run into the same thing? But that's different, because those are names that are owned by GM or Ford. Eleanor was kind of like its own thing. I know Shelby. I was reading that Shelby got in trouble with it a little bit, but he kind of got a pass because they didn't really take down Shelby like they wanted to, because Shelby wanted the Eleanor name. It just is crazy. What about the Smoking Bandit car? That Trans Am. It just really got to watch dot your I's, cross your T's on everything that you do now in 2020 and from here on out. And like I said, it was stuff that I was gonna try and do. I was gonna do stuff similar to it, like I said, with the lightning, but you know, who knows what could happen with that now. It freaking sucks. It's pretty much it. Nothing more that I can say. That was just my little two cents on it. And not only in the YouTube world, but in everything that you're gonna do, you know, make sure you do your homework, because that sucks. And what also sucks is that when you are a YouTuber and you're catching traction on something, and I feel for them, you're an easier target, and you're a way easier target, and you're an easier tool to be used to make an example out of. And that sucks. That freaking sucks. He seems pretty okay about it. You know, he did say that he's going to continue doing all this other stuff. You know, obviously you are going to be a little bummed out because you're working on a car in your project, and like me, yes, you know, cars are cars, but to me, every car involved in my life or anyone's personal life always tells a story. I can show you 10 different pictures of 10 different cars that we've had in my family, and I don't see a car, I see a story, and in some way a connection. I know this stuff can get really deep. Future video idea of, you know, the real like connection people have with cars. If you're just out there to do it and flash off and you want the newest shit all the time and show off, go for it, do it. That's all you. It ain't me. That is definitely not going to be me, because I definitely don't want to attract that crowd or that attention of always having the newest stuff. You know, that's just my opinion. But it sucks. More to come. Stay tuned, and do your homework.